Prabhupada saw him, that one is in Kintal.
Yeah.
Une petite. Bon, allez, ça va, ça va. Merci.
So first we will do Emonodurmati. Emonodurmati Sansara Vitare Puriyatinu Ami Tavani jajan Kunu mahajane Tavani jajan Kunu mahajane Pataya dile tumi Pataya dile tumi Emonodurmati Sansara Vitare Puriyatinu Ami Emonodurmati Sansara Vitare Puriyatinu Ami Tavani jajan Kunu mahajane Tavani jajan Kunu mahajane Tavani jajan Kunu mahajane Pataya dile tumi Goya kori more Potita dekhiya Kohilo amare jiya 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 Ohe dina jan Sunabalo kota 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 Ulasita Adhiya Ulasita Adhiya Ulasita Adhiya Ulasita Adhiya Emonodurmati Sansara Vitare Puriyatinu Ami Kumare Tarike Shri Krishna Chaitanya Navadvipe Avatar Kumare Tarike Shri Krishna Chaitanya खोटा बिना ही न जाने तुम्हारे खोटा बिना ही न जाने करिए ना Rocky Balotare, Rupma Balma Vipra Sutta. Vidya Parija, Rocky Balotare, Rupma Balma Vipra Sutta. Vidya Parija, Rocky Balotare, Rupma Balma Vipra Sutta. Maria Mataya Mahaprabhu Name Maria Mataya Sangita Sangita Jini Chaitanya Gosai Nijo Namo Haridhar Nanda Sutta Jini Chaitanya Gosai Nijo Namo Haridhar Nanda Sutta Jini Chaitanya Gosai Nijo Namo Haridhar Sikota Shriya Sasiyati Nata Tumar Charana Kali Sekota Shriya Asiya Chinata Tumara Charana Kali Bhakti Vinoda Kanya Kandiya Bhakti Vinoda Kanya Kandiya Apana Kari Vitare Bole Apana Kari So, this song is by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and when I came upon this song, I could relate to it very much, because he says here that Emono durmati samsara bitare Koryo achino ami. He says, a wicked mind brought me into this world, O Lord. But Tavani Jajan Kuno Mahajan Pataya Diletumi. So, wicked mind brought me into this world, but one of your pure and elevated devotees, Kuno Mahajan, has come to bring me out. So this verse, this is like the refrain. I thought, yeah, this is our position. We were wandering in the material world, lost, trying to enjoy separate from Krishna. That is a wicked idea. That's why he says, a wicked mind brought me into this world. Because we wanted to enjoy separately. And that keeps us in the material world. Birth after birth, birth after birth. And this can go on perpetually. Who knows how long we've been here? No one can say. This is not our first life. It's not our only life. But it could be our last life. So he says, like that I got the association of Guru Mahajani. So this word Mahajan, we hear from Bhagavad. There are 12 Mahajans. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahlada, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Bali Maharaj, Bali, Vyasaki, Sukdev, and Yamaraj. So these 12 Mahajans, they're the authorities on Vedic knowledge. Means whatever they say, that is accepted everywhere. You could go to the bank with that. It's good. But are there only 12 Mahajans? No. Anyone who follows these, strictly follows these Mahajans, they become Mahajans. And Srila Prabhupada, he introduced us to the Mahajans, he followed them strictly, he represented them properly. You just have to look at his contribution, his literary contribution, all the books, to know that yes, he's a Mahajan. Because he's following them, representing them. So we are fortunate. What Prabhupada was doing was representing all the Mahajans and giving us their teachings, the knowledge that they have left behind. Swayambhu, that's Lord Brahma, the head of our Sampradaya. Narada Muni is given some literary contributions also. Brahma gave also. Brahma gave the Brahma Samhita. Narad gave Narad Pancharatra and others. Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu. Lord Shiva is one of the speakers in the Bhagavatam. And you see how he's giving truth. Then Kumara, the four Kumaras, they also sons of Brahma. They give, not spoke in Bhagavatam. Kapila, Lord Kapil did, son of Devahuti. Prabhupada would always make it clear that when he said Kapila, he would say Devahuti Putra, son of Devahuti, because he said there's a bogus Kapila, an atheist Kapila, who gives some Sankhya philosophy. We don't follow him. We follow Devahuti Putra. He was actually incarnation. So, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahlad. So much of the Bhagavatam has been devoted to Prahlad Maharaj's teachings. He gives so much wonderful information, so much verses of knowledge. He was only a boy. Prahlad, Janaka, King Janaka. He also great soul. And Bhishmadev. Bhishmadev also is spoke in the Bhagavatam. He gave wonderful knowledge. Then Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj was, what is he? Grandson of Prahlad. Came after. But he gave so much information. He surrendered everything. He was powerful. Born in the family of Daityas. And Vamandev came to cheat him. He came as a dwarf, Brahmana, begging charity. And Bali Maharaj he liked to give in charity to the Brahmins. So when he saw this little Brahmin boy, dwarf, this little person, he wanted to give him charity. And he said, anything you want, you ask me, I can give you. You want some princesses? I can give you that. Anything. Just ask me. I can give you a whole country. Because he was ruling it everywhere. But Brahman said, no, I only own 3 steps of land. You know? 3, a little bit. So Brahman thought, you are not very intelligent. You are coming to me and I can give you so much and all you want is 3 steps of land. Vamana replied, if a man is not satisfied with 3 steps of land, he will not be satisfied even with the whole world. So that's all I want. So, okay. And as he was about to grant him the 3 steps of land, they had water for him to the watchman. His guru, Shukracharya, his guru could understand, this is no ordinary dwarf, this is no ordinary Brahmin, this is Vishnu. And so he thought, if he agrees to give Vishnu what he wants, he will take everything. And then where will I be? How will I get my chapatis? He was thinking like that. So he told his disciple, don't give him any charity. He said, but I've already said to him, I'll give him whatever he wants. Take it back, don't give him. He said, no, I can't do that. You've always taught me to give in charity to the Brahmins. Now you're going against your word. If you're going against your word, then I cannot accept you as guru anymore. Big example in Bhagavad Gita. He rejected his spiritual master. And he gave the 3 steps of land to Bali. With the first step he covered like half the universe. Big steps. Second one covered the whole thing. So he told Bali, you promised me 3 steps, but I've covered everything. Where will I put the 3rd step? And Bali said, well, there's one place you haven't covered, that is my head. You could step on my head. So he became famous surrendering everything. And Vaman agreed to become his doorkeeper later on in the planet where he had his kingdom. So, all these Mahajans, they speak wisdom, Vedic knowledge. So Vedic knowledge is self-evident. And the last one is, Vyasaki, Shukadeva Goswami. He spoke Bhagavatam. And Yamaraj. Yamaraj is a Maharaj and has complete understanding of Vedic knowledge. So, he says in this song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that I was in wretched condition, suffering, and one of your Mahajans came and saved me. He gave me good news. They bring good news when they come. So I thought, just like thinking about this, how the condition I was in before, I haven't forgotten it. I know how bad I was. But Prabhupada came with good news. And he says here, the Mahajan saw me so fallen and wretched, he took pity on me, saying, "Oh, humble soul, please listen to this good news which will gladden your heart." So what is the good news? The good news is that Sri Krishna Chaitanya has appeared in the land of Navadvip just to deliver you. That is good news. We didn't know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, never heard his name. The Prabhupada came and told us Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namo Mahavaraya, Krishna Prema Pradayate. He's giving out Krishna Prema freely. Then he tells us a little bit more about Mahaprabhu. He said, to fulfill the promise of the Vedas, it is written in Vedas that the son of a Brahmin, bearing the name Mahaprabhu, of golden complexion, has descended along with his brother, the Avadut Nityananda. And together, they were overwhelming all of Nadia with divine ecstasy. Then he tells us further, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He says, Sri Chaitanya is Krishna himself. He has told us so. Also Narottam Das Thakur has told us. Brajendra Nandana Jai Sati Sutta Hoila say, Balaram Oilo Nitai. So, he is Krishna himself, and he came along with Nityananda Prabhu, and they are delivering everyone, the most fallen. So he said, you are wretched and fallen, so you should go and take advantage of his mercy. receive your deliverance. And that's what Prabhupada did. Didn't decide who's qualified and who's not qualified. In the same way Nityananda Prabhu was. He made no distinction who's qualified or who's unqualified. In fact, Nityananda Prabhu, if someone was considered unqualified, Nityananda Prabhu went to that person. When he heard Jagai and Madai, their condition, the people told he wanted to know who's causing this ruckus. All the people in the town, and nobody gathered around. Nityananda was with Haridas Thakur. He said, "What's all this about?" And some people told him, "Oh, this is Jagai and Madai." Jagai and Madai, who are they? He said, "Oh, you don't know who they are? They're the worst. They're the worst. They're evil men. There is no sin they haven't committed. So, you don't want to go near them." They thought, you and your partner, Haridas, you look like saintly people. So you don't want to touch those guys. So Nityananda Prabhu said, "No, they're exactly who I want to approach." That's Nityananda. If anybody says, "I don't want Krishna consciousness," Nityananda would say, "No, you must take Krishna consciousness." He would insist, beg them, rolling on the ground. He was determined to give them. The comparison between Nitai and the preaching of the campaign of Nityananda Prabhu and Srila Prabhupada is very similar. And the Prabhupada came to the West, the Lower East Side, and lived amongst the lowest people. The lowest people in America. And he was patiently giving them Krishna consciousness. So, Thakur Bhaktivinoda says, hearing this good news, I fall at your lotus feet. So, like I said in the beginning, this song was very, you can hear songs, there's so many songs, and you think, how does this relate to me? But this one I thought really relates to me. In the condition I was in before I came. Prabhupada was painstakingly giving us everything. He introduced us to so many people. He introduced us to people of the past, the Mahajans and so on, Acharyas and so on. And he even introduced us to people in the present during his time, who he recognizes qualified to help us. He endorsed Sridhar Maharaj. And he was quite happy. He thought, Sridhar Maharaj has so much realization, he can help you. You can, he's qualified to help you. Mirepoix was, during the short time he was here, he would go and visit Srila Maharaj at his mutt across the river, the Ganges, or he would send a car, he would send his car to go and bring Srila Maharaj to his temple, in his place in Mirepoix, for lunch. And they would have talks, they'd have lunch, and everyone would see how they were behaving with each other. It was so affectionate. When they finished, Prabhupada would tell Srila Maharaj, Maharaj, now you can take rest in my bed. After eating, you all take some rest. And then later my car will take you back to Navadvip. So he showed how to deal with other Vaishnavas. He was giving us such clear examples. Unfortunately, as he left, things deteriorated to such a state that the best men in the movement, the leaders, they offended Srila Maharaj in such a disgraceful way that it wasn't that they just themselves offended him, but they influenced the rest of the movement. And so all walking around were thinking bad, thinking evil things about Srila Maharaj. I know, I was hearing them. But somehow or other, I think their thinking was, they thought, we can blaspheme, we can commit aparad to anyone in the name of Prabhupada. But that was not the teachings. Prabhupada warned and told us all the time in his books, be careful, that will ruin your spiritual life. The kripa, bhakti, that will be rooted out. You commit the Vaishnava aparad, what do you call it, the mad elephant offense. So if you have a garden and you're growing some plants and they're young, when they come up and a mad elephant comes running through, he roots out everything and destroys everything and goes. Such a vivid example. And that's exactly what happened. And even after so many years, 50 years now, they haven't realized what they've done. Because they still hold, even though the ones who committed the offenses, they're gone now. There's a new regime. But the replacements, they just kept the same policies and honored them. So they have not done right. No. They made us feeble, in this word feeble, it's like a little attempt. They wrote a letter after Srila Maharaj had left, which was not, it was not substantial. For the amount of damage, the amount of blasphemy that they had made, that little feeble apology was certainly not enough. And the fact that they don't, they don't, they didn't want to take back the devotees who went to Sri Maharaj. They were ostracized and were never allowed to come back. So that's proof that the new regime holds on to the same misconception. Same misconceptions. And the further proof was when Narayan Maharaj came out. They went and blasphemed him too, committed offenses towards him. They didn't learn from their mistakes. So they committed the same mistakes. So this is a dark period in the history of ISKCON. I don't know when it'll ever get, cleared up. Some self-effulgent acharya will come along and everybody will listen to him and he can clear it up. But right now, it's been 50 years and they haven't woken up to the extent of what their offenses were. So they're still suffering, undergoing the effects of the aparad. Anyway.
You don't fear it is recorded?
Who cares? They can do whatever they want. Yeah, they may ostracize me. But I had not in any post. I don't have a post. I don't have a position in ISKCON. And, they don't fear me. That I'm going to contaminate everybody and make them leave and go. No. It's a serious offense. It's a serious thing. I think that until that is cleared up, they cannot really go forward properly. That has to be removed. Mahaprabhu is with his own mother, Satyamata. One day he said, she will not get praying. Everyone was shocked. Your own mother will not get praying. He said, yes, she has committed offense. To who? Advaita Acharya. And unless she goes and begs and take the dust of his feet, she will not be cleared, she will never get praying. He told her so. Because when Mahaprabhu's brother, the elder brother Vishwarup, he was studying under Advaita Acharya. And he left and took sannyas. And they were unhappy about that. Well, she was. And Mahaprabhu himself, young, he also started going to Advaita's house. They told him to stop going there. They said, he will make you leave home also, so you don't go. That was the offense. So Mahaprabhu remembered this, and he said, just for that, she will not get praying. till that is cleared up. So she did and took the opportunity when it arose to go and touch his feet and apologize for what she did. So if someone like her is not excused from apparat, who are these young Western men that think that they can be excused? They have to repent. They have to resolve it. And they all fell down in very disgraceful manner. So they said, if we don't learn from the mistakes in history, we are doomed to make the same mistakes again. And that happened. They didn't learn. They continued to commit. With Narayan Maharaj, when he came on the scene in ISKCON, he was welcome when he first came on the scene. He had come and chant. He was very powerful Kirtaniya. I thought he was the most powerful Kirtaniya I'd ever heard. And he was welcome. And when for Prabhupada's departure ceremony, Prabhupada requested that he should put my body in Samadhi. But he did. Everything was, I was like thinking, this is so nice, they're dealing with other Vaishnavas from another mata. But then, as devotees started going, not just devotees, but some leaders, sannyasis, some gurus, started going to take, to hear from Narayan Maharaj. The GBC body intervened and said, "You cannot do this." They tried to defend their position and argue, but finally they said, either you give them up or you cannot stay in our society. They give them the ultimatum. And then that wasn't the end of it. They had one or two of them had to publicly denounce Narayan Maharaj, write something that. So they began the offensive behavior, and he couldn't believe it. They were behaving like this. They were so bad about it that when he made his first outing, left India, he wanted to go on tour Prabhupada's temples. He said he wanted to go and pay respects at these places of pilgrimage. Because he said, he considered Prabhupada a Shiksha Guru. And when he came, they gave orders. He gave orders that the temple should not let him in. They wouldn't let him go in to take darshan in some temples. Few temples they let him in, but they said, don't let him speak. So it was the same old thing. They haven't learned anything from the episode with Sri Rama. They did the same thing. So, anyway, life goes on.
Would you have a question?
Mm-hmm.
When any institution, actually, anywhere, even materialistic organization, when the top has a certain consciousness, I worked in organizations before and I know when the top is a certain consciousness, it completely, it filters right down.
It filters down, yes.
And there are innocent people, very sincere, genuine, but they're contaminated by this mood. So I'm just wondering, because of the offenses of certain people who are no longer present, and you say that they continue in the tradition, does it mean that all these innocent people, they're probably not that innocent, I don't know, is there karma somewhere, are they blocked in their spiritual life that they will never get Krishna Prema because of the leaders? So that's one question. My second question, which is related, it's about, because you're invited to speak sometimes, would you dare to say this as a service to Prabhupada, or would you not?
I speak my mind wherever I go.
Would you say like, unless offenses are ask forgiveness, then the whole thing is doomed? Anyway, first question, what do you think about innocent people?
It filters down towards the younger.
Are they doomed as well now, even they're innocent?
Well, they've missed out, because of that, they've missed out on taking association from Sri Rama, they missed out on taking association from Grandma. And, whoever else may come, they'll miss out. So yeah, it happens. I don't say that they're forever doomed.
You wouldn't go that far to say they're doomed.
I'd say yes. Well, they're doom is a word I don't use so often. But they're missing out, they're being deprived of the opportunity. They were deprived of the opportunity to hear from saintly persons.
They're very insular.
Mm-hmm. And Prabhupada's teaching was that we have to hear from advanced devotees. But they were being deprived to hear from really advanced devotees. So they have to wake up and realize. Few have woken up and said, well, Prabhupada has recommended hearing from advanced devotees. And you are telling me that I shouldn't, so I'm going to go on here. Yeah. Someone who's intelligent will realize this and leave.
But you see, but then the opposite also happens, where some people will be like, "Oh, there's no advanced devotees in ISKCON."
Oh yeah.
Which
I don't believe so.
I don't at all believe. I totally disagree.
No, there's different degrees of devotees. But in the case of Sridhar Maharaj,
Yes.
Prabhupada endorsed him fully. He said, the first time I met him, I wanted to take his association because I knew that he was a pure devotee. And so, in the range of devotees, there's different degrees. And persons like Sridhar Maharaj and Narayan Maharaj, they were far beyond any ISKCON devotees. Narayan Maharaj was already a sannyasi when Prabhupada took sannyas. He took sannyas from Keshav Maharaj, and Keshav Maharaj was the guru of Narayan Maharaj. He had him perform the ceremony. So he was already, this is before Prabhupada left India. He was already, made some significant progress.
Because then we have like Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Yamuna Devi, and many others.
There's so many nice preachers and really sincere serving Prabhupada, distributing the holy name everywhere. There are many nice, wonderful Vaishnavas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not anti-ISKCON.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
I'm
they
a
all
child
doing
of
better?
ISKCON. I was born
Yeah.
in ISKCON, and that's where my spiritual life began.
All
So-
of us.
Hmm?
All
All of us, yeah. So I cannot blame them, but I can also not be blind to the fact of what has been done, what misconceptions have been propounded, and what offenses has been committed. So
Very sad. Dark times.
it's a dark chapter. Yeah.
One quick other question. There is one sadhu, one Prabhupada disciple. I think, was it Achyutananda in the very, very beginning that Srila Prabhupada sent to Sridhar Maharaj
Yeah,
to
it
learn
was
all the...
Achyutananda.
Achyutananda, yeah. He came back with all the songs. He learned from
Yeah.
Sridhar Maharaj. He sings like him.
He
Came
spent.
to Chaitanya Gaudiya.
Also, yeah, he was staying with our
He stayed in the mat
Yes,
for,
yes.
for some, I don't know,
Long
almost a
time.
year.
Yes, in
And he
Calcutta.
learned. And when he came back, he told Prabhupada what he wanted to do. And Prabhupada,
And he printed the first song.
yeah, the first songbook, and Prabhupada wrote an introduction or something, forward or intro. And he was happy.
Yes.
That's, I first began learning bhajans from that time. Yeah, and he, the circumstances how he ended up there is also telling, because we didn't have didn't have a temple in India at that time. Chudnanda was only a devotee for 2 years or something, they were young boys. And there was another sannyasi, another boy that was with him, and they were requested to stay back in India and preach and make live members and whatnot. So they were doing that, and then they were feeling, because they were young devotees. So they asked Prabhupada if we can stay at one Gaudiya Math temple.
Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math in Calcutta. Also.
No,
And Sri Narayan Maharaj also, huh?
no.
No?
They went to Bon Maharaj's place.
Oh.
And even Prabhupada said, okay. They went and they spoke with Bon Maharaj and said, we are Bhaktivedanta Swami's disciples and we want to stay here so we can attend the morning program and whatnot. He said yes. But after some time, not long after, he approached, Bon Maharaj approached two of them and says, I want to give you all sannyas. They were, like I said, 2-year-olds. They were young. Now, one of them, he was captivated by the prospect of getting sannyas. He said, yeah, I'll take it. But Chudnanda, he was not captivated. He said, thanks, but no thanks. My guru is still alive, Srila Prabhupada. If I'm going to ever take sannyas, it'll be from him. And he wrote Prabhupada and told him what happened. And Prabhupada he said, how could he do this? He is breaching the etiquette. If he were to do this to another mat, there'd be a big fight. They'd come with machetes. So, but why does he think that you can do it to my image? So Prabhupada, that's when Prabhupada told him, go to Navadvip, go to Sridhar Maharaj. He says, if you go there, you'll be safe. He said, I'll know you're safe there. He can give you good guidance. Yeah, famous letter. He said something important in that letter. He said, for spiritual life, you have to go to someone who is practicing spiritual life. Not the head of some institution. And Bon Maharaj had an institution, some kind of Sanskrit institution in Vrindavan. He said, you have to go to someone who is practicing spiritual life. He said, as far as Sridhar, I know he's practicing. So he went. And he benefited, and he was able to share his benefits with the rest of the community. Anyway, so let's sing the other song. I wanted to share this song. This is one of the two poems that Prabhupada wrote when he was coming to America. He wrote this on the boat, and he mentioned it in his diary also. He kept a diary, and he said every day he would write sometimes just 2 lines or 3 lines in his diary. And he, with the date, and he said, today I made some khichdi, some Bengali khichdi, you call it what?
Royal khichdi?
Hmm?
Royal khichdi?
Royal khichdi, he said.
No. He called it, it had a name, a Bengali name. Bhati Chatri or something like that. And he said it was very nice. He said, and then I also wrote a poem. He said, I revealed my mind to my dear friend, my dear companion, Krishna, in the form of this poem. So, now he didn't give this poem to the devotees to publish it or anything. It was private, personal. But they found it in a trunk at Radha Damodar temple. When he went back to India, he put it in the trunk and left it there. But in that poem, when I read it, it was amazing to see what was in his heart and on his mind coming across in the ocean. So, he wrote this poem with 8 verses. 8 verses, but he also included, he inserted 1 verse from Srimad Bhagavatam by Prahlad Maharaj. That is the 6th verse. That the 6th verse is not Bengali, it's Sanskrit. So I don't sing that one because it doesn't fit with the meter. But the essence of that verse is Prahlad Maharaj saying, it's in his prayers to Nrsimhadev. He says, I was fallen in the general population, falling into a blind well full of snakes. This is how Prahlad Maharaj said, fallen in the general people. Say, but your devotee Narad Muni came and rescued me. And he taught me how to chant your holy names. And he told me, he said, by doing so, I can achieve the same position as him. This is what Prahlad Maharaj said. I can achieve the same position as him, Narad. And he did, he became a Mahajan. So I thought, why did Prabhupada insert this in the middle of his poem? Because he was coming to do pretty much the same thing. To give us opportunity to achieve transcendence. That was his mission. Anyway, let's sing it before it gets too late. So when we go in, we'll skip 6. From 5 we'll go straight to 7. Krishna, Tava Punya Habe Bhai. Krishna, Tava Punya Habe Bhai. He punya koribe jabe, Radharani Kushi Habe, Gurayati Bonito Mai Tai. He punya koribe jabe, Radharani Kushi Habe, Gurayati Bonito Mai Tai. Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai. 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 Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Sati Sutta Priyayati Krishna Siva Charaswanai. Siddhanta Saraswati Sati Sutta Priyayati Krishna Siva Charaswanai. Se Mahanta Guru Jagatir Madhya Guru Krishna Bhakti Detai Tai. Tava Punya Habe Bhai. Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai. Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai. Tara Isha Balavan Paschayate Tantan Oi Jate Gaurangi Randam. Tara Isha Balavan Paschayate Tantan Oi Jate Gaurangi Randam. Riti Vite Ache Jasu Samudra Naga Nadi Sakale Bole Krishna Ram. Riti Vite Naga Nadi Samudra Naga Nadi Sakale Bole Krishna Ram. Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai. 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 Tahale Ananda hoy, tobe hoy Digvijay, Chaitanya Kripa Atishay. Tahale Ananda hoy, tobe hoy Digvijay, Chaitanya Kripa Atishay. Maya Dushta Jato Dukhi, Jagate Sabai Sukhi, Vaishnave Vichapuna Hai. Maya Dushta Jata Dukhi, Jagate Sabai Sukhi, Vaishnave Vichapuna Hai. Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai. Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai. দেখা যদি করিবারে আজ্ঞা যদি দিল মরে যোগ্য নাহি আছি নাহি না তাই সে তোমার কৃপা মাগিতেছি অনুরূপা আছি তুমি সবার প্রভুনা তাই সে তোমার কৃপা মাগিতেছি অনুরূপা আছি তুমি সবার প্রভুনা হবে বাই কৃষ্ণ প্রভু পুণ্য হবে বাই कुमार से शक्ति मिले गुरु से बाय वस्तु मिले जीवन सार्थक यदि হয় कुमार से शक्ति मिले गुरु से बाय वस्तु मिले जीवन सार्थक यदि হয় সেই সে সেবা পাইলে তাহারে সুখী হবে তব সঙ্গ পজ্ঞেতে মিলয় কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য তবে বাই কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য তবে বাই তুমি মোর চির সাথী বুলিয়া মায়ার লাথি কায়াসি জন্ম জন্মান্তরে তুমি মোর চির সাথী বুলিয়া মায়ার লাথি কায়াসি জন্ম জন্মান্তরে আজি পুরায় সুযোগ যদি হয় যোগ যোগা তবে তুমি নিবারে আজি পুরায় সুযোগ যদি হয় যোগ যোগা তবে তুমি নিবারে তোমার মিলনে বাই আবার সে সুখ পায় গোচরণে ঘুরি তোমার মিলনে বাই আবার সে সুখ পায় গোচরণে ঘুরি কোথা বানে ছুটা ছুটি বনে খাই লুটা বুঝি সেই দিন কবে হবে মন কোথা বানে ছুটা ছুটি বনে খাই লুটা বুঝি সেই দিন কবে হবে মন কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে বাই 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 আজি সে সুবিধা হলা তোমার স্মরণ বেলা বড় আশা বাঁচিলাম তাই আমি তোমার নিত্য দাস হরি করি তোয়ার তুমি গতি নাই আমি তোমার রাধা রানী খুশি হবে দুবাইয়াকে বলি তোমায় পূজা করিবে সবে রাধা রানী সুখী হবে দুবাইয়াকে বলি তোমায় পূজা করিবে সবে রাধা রানী সুখী হবে দুবাইয়াকে বলি তোমায় দুবাইয়াকে বলি তোমায়
I have the translation in French.
You want to read it? I don't have a translation yet.
Because it will be included in the next songbook. We're going to come out very soon.
This one?
You have the translation? You want to read it? Yes. In French?
So, le titre Krishna Tava Punya Abhibhai veut dire ô frère, bye, l'absolue vérité chez Krishna vous accordera toutes les vertus. Mais il le fera seulement lorsque Srimati Radharani sera en premier satisfaite de vous.
C'est pas tout à fait ça, non?
Hein?
Moi j'ai entendu une autre traduction. Hein? Une autre traduction. Well, way Prabhuji is explaining it is slightly different the way you explain it. Here it's saying, oh brother, Krishna will be satisfied with, will give you his benediction. Only
No,
with
that's
one.
not what. That's
It's not,
no.
right? Here he's talking to Krishna directly.
He's talking directly to Krishna, and it becomes clear in all the other verses.
That's right. C'est pas le même mood. C'est pas pareil.
In fact, when this song was translated, it was first translated by a young disciple of Prabhupada.
Donc tu l'avance
Oh, yeah.
traduit par un jeune.
And
Forget about it.
it was wrong.
Et c'était faux. Voilà.
What there's a saying, lost in translation. Yeah, he completely missed what was.
Perdu dans ta traduction, c'est que tu-
And they printed that in the songbook. This misconception, wrong translation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What is the difference? I didn't understand that.
Oh, the difference is, Prabhupada is talking to Krishna.
Yeah,
He's not talking to someone else.
yeah, right.
Je peux pas ni parler.
In ISKCON, they thought it was he was talking to somebody
Oh,
else.
to someone else.
Yeah.
Because they-
They thought he was
He
talking
said-
to his god brothers or something.
So what Prabhupada said then? What is
Ouais.
the correct?
Mon frère, c'est qui alors du coup là?
He's saying,
Krishna, c'est ça, ouais.
my dear friend, Krishna, he doesn't address
Oh,
him.
yeah.
He does not address him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Bye, ça veut
Bah,
dire
c'est
Il
pas
reste
frère,
une
mais
high.
la question c'est Krishna.
Yeah, yeah.
c'est comme
Bye,
en
c'est
Inde,
Krishna.
quoi.
It's-
En Inde, ils disent tous
Brother or friend.
Yeah,
It's
Ouais, voilà.
it's a different relationship.
C'est
Yeah.
notre relation.
And he says, Radharani. He said, if you get Radharani's mercy, because you're always trying to get Radharani's mercy,
Si
Krishna is always trying to get Radharani. Prabhupada said, everyone wants Krishna's mercy, but Krishna wants Radharani's mercy. So Prabhupada knew this. This is Gaudiya Siddhanta. He says, Dhruvayati Bodhito Maitai. This is Gaudiya Siddhanta. This is forever. That Krishna is always going to get seeking Radharani's mercy. So he tells Krishna this. I know that this is what you're about. You're always trying to get Radharani's mercy. So he says, I have an opportunity where you can get her mercy. And so what he says is, he begins to glorify his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta. Very nice glorification. He says, he is a dear servant of Lord Chaitanya. He's also a dear servant of Radharani. Prabhupada knew this. Gaudiyas know that Bhaktisiddhanta had revealed he's a Manjari, Nayanamani Manjari. So Prabhupada says, he, Bhaktisiddhanta, has given me this task, this order to preach in the West. But I am most unqualified. This is the humility. He says, I feel unqualified to do this, but he has asked me to do it, and the only way I think it can be done is if you help me. He knows. The Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Krishna Shakti Vinanahe Tara Pravartana. No one can spread Krishna consciousness unless they have Krishna Shakti. Prabhupada knew this before he left India. I have to get Krishna Shakti. So here on the boat he's telling Krishna, give me your Shakti so I can do this. And he added, if you do that, if you help me to execute this order, he said, that will be good for you. You will be benefited. You will get what you want. And he continues glorifying Bhaktisiddhanta. He's glorifying, he said, if one can please the spiritual master, then his life is successful. He's a short success. But I cannot please him, I cannot do what he asks, unless you help me. So that's what he's pleading, but in a very charming way. He's telling him, there's something in it for you too. You will benefit. You will get Radharani's mercy. And then in the last 3 verses, he says, when I finish my preaching campaign, he probably preached for like 10 years. He said, when I finish my preaching campaign, this is at the beginning, and he's on the boat, coming. He said, when I'm finished, I want to rejoin you. I want to come back and join you. And I want to go out in the 8th verse. He says, Tumara milane bai, abar se sukapai, go charane guridin bor, kutabane chutta chuti, bonekai lutaputi, seidin kabiha bimor. He says, I want to join you and go out with you every morning with the cows, frolicking, rolling on the ground, playing games with the cowherd bird, having picnic. This translation was given by Srila Maharaj.
What about the 6th one? What about the 6th one?
No, I told you the 6th one is Bhagavatam. That's Prahlad Maharaj. That's in Sanskrit. So I didn't sing it. Because it doesn't, the meter is a different meter. All the other verses Prabhupada wrote in Bengali, in the same meter. So I sang it. They fit. So he says, he's begging Krishna, you got to help me. So we believe that he got the Shakti. Otherwise he couldn't have done what he did. Right? And when one devotee went to Srila Maharaj and showed him the poem, he saw them and they showed him the translation, he immediately detected in the first thing that this is wrong. Because he's a Sanskrit scholar. He could write in Sanskrit. He's written many things in Sanskrit. But this boy was a young boy thinking he can translate.
Not the question also of knowing Sanskrit. You also have Bhav.
Yeah, so Srila Maharaj was, so he said, no, this is wrong. He correct. He said, that's not what Krishna is talking to. Prabhupada is talking to Krishna. And he's trying to solicit his help to preach. So then he said, Srila Maharaj said, so he got the Shakti. And he was able to do what he did. So, and he spread Krishna consciousness around the world. And he did it so almost effortlessly. But it wasn't that easy. he struggled for 1 or 2 years first. And then Krishna began to shower him with blessings. And he was able to do it. And so, after he left, some devotees went to Srila Maharaj. And they were talking with him, and Srila Maharaj says, I think Swami Maharaj, that's what they called Prabhupada, because that was his sannyas name. Said, I think he was a Shakti-Vesh avatar. So coming from someone like him, that was a big statement. And he said, I can prove it. And he began to describe his Prabhupada's preaching campaign. He said, he was empowered. He had the Shakti. And Govinda Maharaj, who became his successor, he was, at the time, he asked Srila Maharaj a question. He said, Srila Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, you say that Swami Maharaj was a Shakti-Vesh avatar? He said, yes. He was confident what he was saying. He was not a sentimental person. Whatever Srila Maharaj said, he could back it up by Shastra. So then Govinda Maharaj said, what kind of a Vesh? You say he's Shakti-Vesh? I said, what kind of a Vesh? And Srila Maharaj said, Nityananda Vesh. He said, you study his preaching campaign, totally in the mood of Nityananda Prabhu. And then he established Nityananda and Chaitanya worship all over the world, Bhumify. That was never done before. Right? Bhaktisiddhanta didn't do that. But he did it. Because he knew where he's getting the power from. He knows, I'm getting it from Nitai. And he preached. In a very simple way. Chant and be happy. It's simple. Not easy.
Many sutras he has like that. Prabhupada has many sutras like this.
Yeah. He did it. And at the end he left his body in Krishna Balaram. That temple, that was his most cherished desire to accomplish, to get that temple done. And that was designed by one of his disciples. And he gave a little suggestions what to do. But the temple was done, it was designed by one Surab Swami. And now that is like the most popular temple in Vrindavan. Every day thousands of pilgrims are coming to get darshan. But where the temple is right on Raman Reti. Krishna and Balaram used to walk that area every morning with the cows. So, there are many, many instances where Prabhupada expressed that was his heart's desire. So, the cow herding Leela. In fact, when he left his body, he was translating, Brahma Vimohan Leela. And he left at that time. He was cow herding Leela. So, this is
So the correct, so the first line has to be changed by, "Oh brother Krishna, you are being able to give all punya, all virtue, but you do it only when Radharani is satisfied."
Yeah, satisfied.
Like this translation.
Yeah.
Okay. Then all the other verses are okay.
Okay.
Because are translated as, "Oh Krishna, you are my eternal friend."
Yeah, the
But
others are
forget-
fine.
So only the
You
first
see, that one was so subtle
Yeah,
that the young boy couldn't catch it.
okay,
And
I understand.
he missed it. But Sri Rama immediately caught it. He said, no, this is not correct. The boy made it seem as if Krishna is talking to somebody else. I mean, Prabhupada is talking to someone else. But it was only Prabhupada and Krishna. He was talking to him. He was expressing his heart. And
He's saying, "Oh Krishna, if you want to get punya, then you should
Good fortune.
your good
Yes.
fortune
your good fortune will come
when
Yeah.
Radharani will be
when
pleased."
Radharani is pleased. And here's the way you can please Radharani, because he said, my Guru Maharaj is a servant of Radharani.
Right.
And he asked me to do this. Therefore, I think Radharani wants this to be done.
Exactly.
He said, Radharani is behind this Sankirtan.
Good business.
Yeah, he's very smart. He said, Radharani wants this. So if you help me, that'll be good for you.
Since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
Is
Radharani has
Radha and Krishna
sent,
combined?
Radharani has sent only manjaris to preach. The great acharyas are all after Mahaprabhu. All manjaris.
After Mahaprabhu.
So it means
When
Radharani.
Mahaprabhu came,
Yeah.
who he came with? Nityananda Prabhu. And when he sent Nityananda Prabhu to preach in Bengal, his associates, Nityananda's associates, were all cowherd boys.
Yeah, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami,
Go on,
Raghunath
right,
Goswami, all
yeah.
the Sant Goswami, they are manjaris.
Yeah.
But I remember.
But the
that,
first preaching was done by Sakas. There was no books.
No, they wrote the
During
books.
Mahaprabhu's time, there was no books.
Yeah, but they wrote the books.
They just begin to write them. And the books didn't come out for years. But he ordered Nityananda Prabhu to go and preach. And Nityananda went with his cowherd boys, Dwadasa Gopals. There were 12 of them that came from Krishna Lila. And they were the first preachers. They began initiating and accepting disciples first. And there were no books.
Yeah, there was not a problem of that.
No, they were just requesting people to chant Hare Krishna.
Yeah, but Radharani wanted to help Krishna in his preaching mission, so she sang Rupa Manjari and
Yeah.
all the Manjaris.
She wanted to, but Radharani wanted to.
Without that knowledge that Rupa Goswami and all the Goswami wrote, you see what happened in Bengal, all Apa Sampradaya came. So there were, and
No, once the books of the Goswamis came out, the Nityananda and his men, they took a
they
back.
left already.
they took a back seat. But Sakiras was still around because he established it. Nityananda Prabhu is in charge of Sakiras. They established it. And they were making devotees and training them and everything. It was going on. But when the books came out, then Madhuri became prominent. And Sakiras receded in the background. So,
Tu peux marquer là-dessus.
So my point is that since it was a desire of Radharani by sending the Manjari, so Prabhupada he said like that also. We couldn't understand like this. That because my spiritual master is also Manjari, that's the desire of Radharani. So if you want to really
if
get
you
the
help
mercy-
me, you will get Radharani's
Yes.
blessing. So who could talk to Krishna like that?
Ah.
Only a dear friend. Some of the cowherd boys, Priyanama suckers, they would talk to Krishna like that. They would give Krishna advice how to deal with Radharani. And he would accept their advice. So only they can talk to Krishna like that. I think my godbrother, the one who wrote the translation, he couldn't accommodate the idea that Prabhupada's talking to Krishna like this, telling him, if you help me, it'll be good for you. That was like, he couldn't believe that that was being said, but that's exactly what was being said. Because Prabhupada knew. And he wanted to get the help. And he got the help not in a small way, in a big way.
Many songs are with by, Kejabide, Javireva,
Yeah.
brothers or like, so
Yeah, Bai could be plural or singular.
so many. But that specific
But this-
by, that is another thing.
He's talking to Krishna and he's calling him Bai.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it. He's calling him my dear friend, my dear brother.
She has one question.
Yes.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous donner avant les écrits, qui étaient les pattes qui sont venus? Parce qu'on a des exemples des manjaris,
Okay.
mais qui étaient les
She's asking who are the Dwadasha Gopals?
Oh,
Abhiram Thakur,
Yes.
Madhurendra Thakur.
Udaran Datta,
Raghunandan.
Subal, Raghunandan, they're there.
Tous ces différents noms.
There's list of them,
Raghunandan Thakur.
and they,
Madhurendra Thakur.
they assisted. And incidentally, Papa's family, Papa's
Yes.
father, used to take him as a little boy to Udaran Datta temple, which was in Saptagram, because Udaran was like, he was like the patron saint in Saptagram. All the bhaktas, all the people, he was so benevolent, so generous. He brought Nityananda Prabhu there in Saptagram. And Nityananda Prabhu bestowed his mercy on the people in Saptagram. So Prabhupada got that was his beginning, hearing from, So he had that background. And then later on he met his Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta. And he never lived in the ashram, like all the sannyasi disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta. Prabhupada lived, he was grihastha. He was a pharmaceutical business. So he wasn't aware of all the goings on in Gaudiya Math. But after Bhaktisiddhanta left, Sridhar Maharaj was also not happy with the way things broke up. And he was by himself, and Prabhupada invited him to come and live with me. And he came with his disciple, Govinda Maharaj. For 6 years they stayed. And Prabhupada learned about how Gaudiya Math was run from him. Because he never lived in the temples, in the ashrams. So he learned a lot from Srila Maharaj. They were friends. They were really close friends for so many years. And he wanted him to even come and stay in Mirepoix, in his room. They had given Prabhupada maybe 2 rooms or something on the 2nd floor. And he invited Srila Maharaj. He said, why don't you come and stay here? And all my disciples will come to you and you can preach to them, instruct them. He said, because I'm busy traveling around. I'm traveling around. And Srila Maharaj said, I can't walk up and down them steps. That's too much. I'm an old man. He was older than Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, I will put in an elevator for you. So you won't have to walk up and down the steps. Elevator will bring you up and down. And when you need to go to your mat, I'll give you my car you can use. He really wanted him. But Srila Maharaj, his nature was, he wanted to stay in the background. But it so happened, by the will of Krishna, so many Westerners were coming to him after. They were coming to his mat, and he was coming out with so many wonderful realizations. Govinda Maharaj had said, he's saying things that I never heard him say before. Like he had it inside him. And as Prabhupada's disciples started coming to him, they started coming out. And they took those recordings and made books out of them. So it was he ended up fulfilling Prabhupada's request. It's this is what was going on. Did I answer your question?
Tu as répondu à ta question?
Oui. You have another question?
Tu l'as en quoi, là, en français?
There is a second song.
Au frère,
The
c'est
other
Krishna.
song.
Au frère.
The first
On
one.
n'entend pas la question là, s'il vous plaît.
Il y a une autre.
The first song I sang.
But he's talking about the other song that your Prabhupada wrote.
No,
Martine.
Oh, Martin and Bhagavatam. No, I didn't sing that.
Transport.
That's a long song.
Au frère Krishna.
That's a longer song. Actually, the same boy who translated this one, he translated Martin first. And that one, he did it properly. And he sang it for Prabhupada in 1976 when Prabhupada came to LA. I was there. And they made sheets. Everybody in the temple room had sheets. And he sang it and we followed for Prabhupada. Prabhupada listened to it. And he was happy. He said, I knew that my job was going to be difficult.
Do you sing it?
Hmm?
Do you sing it sometimes, this song?
Not so much.
Martine Bhagavatam?
Not so much. It's really different. It's long, and he quotes a lot of verses from Bhagavatam in it. This one he only cited one Bhagavatam verse, Prahlad Maharaj's prayer. He put it in the middle of its song. So it was significant. But the other one, I sang it a few times, but not much.
In the last conversation, Prabhupada, Swami Maharaj told Sridhar Maharaj that he heard from Bhakti Siddhanta that in due course of time, Sridhar Maharaj will sell the Bhakti. So, do you think this Bhakti selling was done after Prabhupada's disappearance and all many devotees, Prabhupada disciples went to see him, to see Sridhar Maharaj for advices? Do you think it was done at that time? My understanding that it was done at that time.
Yes, I told you. They drew out from his heart.
Yes.
They drew out these conclusions. They extracted it. He was situated in pure bhakti. He had pure high realizations. But he was staying in Navadvip. And he had one mat. The mat wasn't even finished. And Prabhupada gave an order that the ISKCON should give him money to finish it. But even that they messed up. He was humble, and he was very, he didn't have a big campaign. Not like Prabhupada. Prabhupada had a big campaign. Money was flowing everywhere, and anything he wanted to do was done. So he wanted to help his friend. He told them in the last day, give him so much money to finish his temple. So he is Bhakti Rakshak, he is the protector. Yeah, he was his Bhakti Siddhanta gave him the right name. He could protect the Siddhanta, the Gaudiya Vaishnava conclusions. He understood it. Siddhanta Saraswati said, after I'm gone, I know that he will be able to, he will protect it, he will maintain it, because he understands it. So he was that type of person. He wrote so many things in Sanskrit. The one song we were singing it last night, yeah? Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Pranam. That was like a Vyas Puja offering in Sanskrit. When Bhaktisiddhanta heard it, he liked it very much, and he said they should be sung every day in all the temples. He wrote songs glorifying Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and Bhaktisiddhanta, when he read it, he said, he has not written this. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written this. It was so perfect. Everything he wrote was on another level. Like I was telling you today that what's it called? What's the name of the book?
Loving Search for the Lost Servant?
No.
Guru's Grace?
No.
Guardians of Devotion?
No.
Angelic.
Huh?
You remember?
Golden Volcano?
No. What he did was he took Chaitanya Charitamrita and condensed it
that bhajan.
into 72 verses.
Shikoda.
Premadama Deva Stotram.
Premadam,
Deva Stotram.
Devastutram.
72 verses. Whole Chaitanya Charitamrita condensed into 72 verses. With purports. They were incredible. That book is wonderful. He wrote that long ago. But
I want it.
It's inside our songbook.
What, that whole song?
Yeah, the 72 verses are in this
Is in
orange
this one?
songbook. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Really?
you want to see?
Pas compris.
It is in this songbook.
That one?
Madame de Vastoutran.
All?
Vas-y, je vous donne le montre-lui.
Regardez, il est là.
Les 72 sont.
C'est dans quelle page?
À la section Gora.
Okay.
No, this one I sing.
All the verses? No.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Prima Dama
Sans
Deva
allemand,
Sutra.
celui-là.
La traduction, elle est en allemand, là, c'est en sanskrit.
Mais il n'y a pas Goran, moi.
Mais si.
Ah, si. Comment ça se prononce?
He
Srimad
glorifies.
Rama Deva Stotram. C'est le dernier
Mahaprabhu.
bhajan. Regarde, si tu vas au
It
dernier.
says, he calls him,
Voilà.
on the back of this book, Golden Volcano,
Yeah.
Voilà.
he says, he refers to Mahaprabhu as the golden volcano of divine love. And every verse, at the end, the last line, he glorifies him like that. And he gives the whole history.
But this one is in German, unfortunately.
I cannot read German, unfortunately.
So the Sanskrit is there.
But the Sanskrit is
Il n'y en a
there.
pas en anglais?
Si, il est là, je crois.
I sang this.
Non, il a disparu de là.
And the purports are incredible.
C'est l'allemand,
Wonderful.
celui-là.
You want to read it? Or?
There must be in English also. This.
Of course.
It's in English.
Well, usually these books are in English.
Not here. Here,
Oh, do you want to read?
the purport is
Is that the book?
German.
You have the book, Mark?
German.
Yeah, but see.
Tomorrow,
Moi
tomorrow.
aussi, je l'ai.
I also.
I will bring tomorrow, in English.
You have it?
Yeah, we have it in
I,
English.
will, I have the book. If you want to read, I go to my room, I get the book. If you don't
You
read,
said you couldn't find the book.
oh, no, that's song.
This?
Songbook, yes.
No, I'm talking about,
The song.
they published a
song is
book of with the Prima
Yeah.
Dama Deva
They're there.
Stotram.
They're
Is
there.
there?
But
I
it's
showed you
inside.
all the 72 verses there.
Yeah, I'm saying,
The book.
they published a book
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
just that.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I have copy, I have it at home.
Ah,
And I sang it.
Et donc il a chanté ça.
It's really sweet. One Gaur Purnima, I sang it.
we can sing tomorrow?
Sure.
We all bring our book,
If
yeah?
you have an English one?
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
know if everybody has
I
one.
have also.
You have?
I have.
You have?
No.
I have. You have? Mataji, you have?
Yes,
Donc,
I have.
on peut trouver sur le net.
Tu l'as?
Intelligence artificielle, on peut trouver ça en 2 secondes.
Sur quelques sens.
And those verses, they are picked up from Chaitanya Charitamrita or
No.
they are composed?
He's
They
composed.
composed about some point of philosophy of Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yes, he is composing the biography, the life story of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
Mhm.
in Sanskrit.
Il a composé sans
Ah, in
la
Sanskrit.
vie.
Yeah.
Is it his biography or also his philosophical
Biography.
point?
Biography
Biography.
includes
Everything
philosophy.
includes Achar and Prachar.
It's a summary of the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita.
I
Yes.
think in the Ria Damana he has translated in French.
T'as jamais entendu?
Non.
Could be.
I have a different melody.
It's nice to sing it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says here, Chidaraj, he was explaining Golden Volcano, and he said, I explained this in my Prema Dhamma Deva Stotram in verse 54. He sings, Sri Sarupa Raya Sangha Gambirantya Lilanam Dvada Sabda Panigarbha Vipralamba Shilanam Radhikadi Rudha Bhava Kanti Krishna Kunjaram Premadama Devamiva Vamigora Sundaram.
So beautiful.
Yeah. The meaning of this verse, He says, diving deep into the reality of his own beauty and sweetness, Krishna stole the mood of Radharani and garbing himself in her brilliant luster, he appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For the last 12 years of his manifest pastimes, he was deeply absorbed in the mood of union and separation, and he shared his heart's inner feelings with his most confidential devotees. In the agony of separation from Krishna, volcanic eruptions of ecstasy flowed from his heart, and his teachings, known as Shikshastakam, flowed from his lips like streams of golden lava. Lava, like a volcano. I fall at the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the golden volcano of divine love. This book is, he quotes another one. Atma Siddha Sarva Leela Purna Shokya Lakshanam Swanubhava Mata Nitya Kirtanatma Vantanam Advayaika Laksha Purna Tattva Tattva Ratparam Premadama Deva Deva Ronigura Sundaram. This one is so sweet. He says, this is the all-conquering conclusion. The highest conception of the ultimate reality must also be the highest form of ecstasy. Ananda. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna ecstasy himself, tasting his ecstasy himself, tasting his own sweetness and dancing in ecstatic joy. His own holy name is the cause of his ecstasy, and that is expressed as dancing. And the holy name is the effect of his ecstasy, expressed as chanting. So the cause is the effect. The dynamo is creating ecstatic energy which makes him dance. And his chanting distributes that ecstasy to others. All these verses, they're like out of this world.
C'est la même traduction, du chant.
Ah.
C'est la même traduction du chant.
Je sais pas, je ne sais pas les traductions par cœur.
On verra ça demain.
Yeah. I was told that when that book was printed, Premadam Deva Stotram, Prabhupada gave him money to print it. He knew this is not ordinary.
Do you think he knew that in the future some devotees will have access?
Yeah.
But not everybody had that.
No, and even now, not many people do. I have a copy of it, maybe one or two copies, but I love to read it because it's condensed. You practically go through all the whole Leela of Mahaprabhu in just 72 verses.
You sing it everything.
Yeah. Sri Maharaj, in the introduction to the book, he said he wrote this song, Premadam distribution, in a specific meter, which is known as the dancing meter in Sanskrit. I mean, he was really a pure scholar. And it's wonderful. Okay? So, forgive me, I'm battling this Klingon. I'm cold and it doesn't want to ago.
Tu pourrais faire une chose quand je pars, s'il te plaît. Prendre de l'eau du robinet et mettre de l'eau là où je suis assise. Ah ouais. Pour les règles.
No, I think it is.
60 €